We're ready to start. Let me introduce our next keynote speech called What About Ukraine? We have today, and it's our privilege, Oleksandra Romantsova, Executive Director of the Center for Civil Liberties in Ukraine and 2022 Nobel Peace Prize Laureate. Please welcome the presenters. Welcome, Oleksandra. Whatever you feel you talk about, there's a microphone for you, yes. I'm gonna give just, please. No, I'm just gonna give 2 minutes, 2 lines introduction to Oleksandra. She's one of the leading voices in Ukraine's fight for justice and democracy. Oleksandra has been at the forefront of documenting war crimes, advocating for human rights, and pushing for real accountability in the face of Russian aggression. Her work is not just about Ukraine's survival. It's about defending the very principle of freedom and justice that this conference is focused on. At a time when international attention shifts, support wavers, and geopolitical calculation take priority over values, Ukraine's struggle continues. Today, Oleksandra will address what is truly at stake, what Ukraine needs from the world, and how we turn solidarity into action.
I will try to find the place where it will be better and closer to you. Hello, I'm absolutely unexpectable here. Andrea knows that's really good. Because we have friends, and even one of them here and try and like always catch me in my photo. You know, Milano, for me, that was the first place when in Italy, after invasion, I have an opportunity to have a speech at Milano Duomo Square. And you know, that was so interesting because in that moment, in Ukraine, every day you feel it's like a struggle in 2 ways. Or you'll not sleep because in the night you have missiles, or you care about people who have missiles in their city, or your work. If you're not killed, you need to work. That's how exactly we act during the whole this 11 years war. And that's really important to remember that 11 years war. I work in the bank. You have this international system which called BNA. That's from same place where I working in 2014. My salary was high. Every time when the price is going, they trying to keep me more, so give me more salary. But my done 2013, 2014, that was, we call it revolution of dignity. It's not mean that we change this, structure of our country. We just wanna bring right people at this place of president, place of ministers, place of people who need to care about population interest and not interest of neighbor oligarchs like Russians. And a lot of people, yesterday we had a meeting in Roma, ask about Maidan, the reason of the war. Occupation of Donbass and occupation of Crimea happened because you have a Maidan. No, guys, it's not a reason of the war or occupation. Reason of the war or occupation is decision one concrete person and whole the system who does not stop him. I mean, we have such initiative why was mentioned that we documented war crimes. It's called Tribunal for Putin, but it's not mean only one person. Because my best wishes that when Putin call, we start the war and nobody comes, But it's not happened. Population of Russian Federation last 27 years lose their human rights and don't feel it. Human rights defenders who documented war crimes in Chechnya, who documented war crimes in Syria, Georgia, Moldova, they're trying to scream and hold the world that Putin's regime cut these human rights, and next step, it will be a war. So Ukraine was not first, but Ukraine is the biggest. and Ukraine nearest to Italy, for example, if you speak about conflict around the world, which now is 54. And some of them are more than 13, going more than 10 years. So we never live in the planet without war, but war of Ukraine quite primitive, quite simple. It's not so long story like 70 years in between Palestine and Israel. Absolutely no. We don't do nothing to be an object of aggression by Russian Federation. We just choose the democracy. We just care about our own businesses inside the country at Maidan. And someone outside, like Putin, don't like it. Because he thinks, and his system think, that they have ability to make a decision for Ukrainian population. That's all. We're not trying to take resource from Russia or, I don't know, occupy something or steal something. Ukraine just want to choose the democracy. And for Putin, it's one of the nightmare. Because democracy, it's not a system where the Putin can exist. He's quite, untalented person. And just imagine 140 million Russians who had a whole their access to the resource and money, which exactly product from their land. And not just the 10% of their population who absolutely control this huge money. So when we speak about justice, how we see it, and how we see part of justice at the constant peace, which we exactly want. You know that now negotiation going, and we heard about Ukraine resource, we heard about some deal about ground, some deal about land. Today with me, my colleague, she is twice was attacked by Putin because she's from Donetsk and at 18, she needs to escape from there because Putin decided that Donetsk it's really nice and lovely point of his political, agenda, because Russia is huge, biggest in the world country. Third part of Russia, it's a place with less than one person live for square kilometer. I mean, a huge numerous, like place where the half of China can exactly live. But so it's not a question of the land. It's a question to destroy opportunity for people who choose not such system which Putin wants. That's all. And when we speak about justice, we speak about two things. It's prosecute perpetrator from beginning, from highest level, from president, ministers, government, parliamentarian, head of army, head of navy, all of these people who have a power, tax paying from Russian population, and some form of legalization, for example, through election, which exactly Russia don't have last 20 years. And all of these resources, they are not used to make more comfortable, high-level standard for population of Russian Federation. No, they use it to catch absolutely don't need for them part of land. That's highest level. But we documented more than 84,000 episodes of international crimes from beginning of invasion, plus 20,000 from 2014 at Crimea and Donbass. And we are not professional investigator. We don't have a mandate or rights like police or secret services. No, we just common people who go into the place, buy the shelling, and speak with people, collect evidence, make the video and photo, and bring all of this, for now, most documented conflict in the history of humanity to the world. Because we believe in second, really important part of justice. It's rebuild refresh, renew rights of victims. At personal level, that means each person who suffering from war crimes need to have name what happened with them, it's a crime, need to have some form of reconciliation and recognition. But for historical level, that means that what happened with them can be normal. Because we have that before. Stalin was not judged. Whole Stalin system killed a million people, not only Ukrainians, but Finland population of Soviet Union, Armenian population of Soviet Union, Russian population of Soviet Union, who think in other way. No one judged them until now. Putin used him like a good example of manager. So we feel it before. We think previously that after 1991 we just forgot. Maybe it will not never comes again. But if we're trying to forget, it will always comes again. That's why justice, it's not just, feel the revenge. Vendetta, authoritarian word which started famous all the world, yeah. But it's about call something by their truly name. That's a crime. No, it's not geopolitical interest. That's a crime. No, it's killing thousands of people. That's a crime. No, it's not protection of homeland. It's a killing thousands of Russian soldiers without any needs for Russian population. So we are like human rights defenders. We have two main tasks. First one, we need to save all the people who stay alive now. That means we care about people who under the missiles at Ukraine, and we care about people who was stealing, kidnapping, or taken like a hostages by Russia's side. How many of these people? We know about more than 20,000 people. I don't speak now about prisoners of war. Prisoners of war, it's legal status. But what exactly Russian machine do with these people inside the jails, it's illegal, absolutely. But most of us know, okay, if war going, so prisoners of war, it's logic. But now I'm speaking about civilians. 10,000 people who was kidnapped, teachers, taxi drivers, medicine workers, students, and keeping in the Russia jail incommunicado. That means they don't have any accusation, they don't have any charges, they don't have any cases. They moved from one jail to other, transferred by the funeral number, furniture, sorry, not funeral, furniture number, because even in the legislation of Russian Federation, they don't have any reason to be there. They dying there. Last 3 years, we received 174 bodies. People who was alive when Russia kept them, and they just descended those. But exists such body like Victoria Roshina, maybe you heard about her, it's young woman. She's a journalist. And she started to be a symbol what happened with the people, just civilian people in such captivity. She's dying. And Russia don't want to give us back her dead corpse because they think it will be too important for us. It will be too important symbol for us. But it will be, even they will not give us this body. So for us, first step for any negotiation, that's life of these people. Bring them back. We start international campaign which called People First. This campaign we launched together with our co-receiver of Nobel Peace Prize, Memorial. Maybe I heard about this. It's more than 30 years historical society which started from rehabilitate people who suffering from Stalin's regime crimes. And we cooperate with them from 2014. They always told about the occupation of Crimea that was a crime. And now we launched this international campaign to remind that each negotiation, any forum, any perspective need to be started from these alive people at Russia jail who need to be returned, who need to be secured. And these people, it's not only adults. You heard about children. And we trying to figure out where our children were sent to the territory of Russian Federation, and we find them at Kamchatka. If you remember, like geographical, it's like 8 time zone from Ukraine. And it's not the children going to the rest camp, that's traumatized children who before, a lot of them, was at ruin of their own house, see how their fathers or mother was killed, or before that tortured. So, and these children, they just send out. And they're absolutely unhappy place. So that's 2 of our points. And third one, it's political prisons inside Russia society. Because even theory of the right told about that 140 million people, some of them need to have, conscience and brains. So these people exist. It's a small group. They are not change the weather inside the Russian society, but it's really important to keep them alive sane. So that's why this campaign have third point, that's releasing of these people. Sometimes these people going to the jail for 15 years because they put the like for someone with Ukraine symbolic, or sometimes have a manicure, blue and yellow colors. So if you want to support us, I finished. You can go to our webpage, which is called People First, and I don't know how it goes in English. Well, which, okay, this one. Slash. Yeah, and you can find there different form of action which you can doing together with us. It can be some symbolic things, like, for example, make a demonstration in important data. But it can be screening of films, we have examples. It can be maybe at your university or at the school, it can be some lecture, explanation. It can be, if we can be useful for you, mostly through Zoom, we can join and explain by like a speaking head for you. So your ideas, how you think it will be good to show that you same support this idea that each negotiation needs to start from speaking and releasing these people, that will be great. Thank you.
What can I say? I'm moved, and thanks for sharing your testimony. It was heartbreaking. It was informative. It was passionate. Thanks a lot. Let's take a few minutes to take some questions from the room or from online. Julian, you can take it.
I have the online question.
You have
Go ahead.
So hello, thank you very much for the presentation. I have a quick question because we are seeing a development now on the peace negotiations, right? Pushed by President Trump, and I would like to hear your stance on it. Do you think this will develop in a positive way for Ukraine, or do you think eventually that one of the offers on the table will be, okay, we'll take all the territory that we already conquered, and in exchange we will stop the invasion of Ukraine?
Yeah, as you understood that now it's our reality show, Trump and his vision of democracy and international order. Trump like a joker. You never know what he will say tomorrow after he's absolutely breaking up rating of Zelensky after this conflict in White House. If before, Ukrainians always have a criticism, inside our own society, our national sport to have a fight in internet, you know, so it's absolutely, it's like holy fire, like, I mean, something really tough. But that's way how we use this freedom of speech. Not politeness, but quite effective. And Trump, we don't know for what, but Trump exactly put Zelensky at such level of popularity that now, I mean, I don't know what you need to do to have any competitions for Zelensky. And we're even trying to think about maybe that was his aim, because all other aims we don't see anyway. And second one, Trump dreaming about Nobel Peace Prize. Seriously, his administration know about that, that's aim. And I speak with Nobel Committee from Norwegian Nobel Committee, they exactly, I asked them, is it possible or not? They say, look, if they sign something and Trump will be part of this agreement, which stop the killing of people and give some protection, traditionally, it's possible. But it's can be just agreement about resource, you know, which exactly nobody knows where the Ukrainian is. So it's really strange that such goals we see at the level of like one of the biggest, most important economically country in the world. So for Ukraine, how it's look. We understood that even we will have new wave of some emotional, you know, bad or good feeling, that's not replace the needs to fight. Even nobody will support us. We exactly trying all other waves. 8 years, we're trying to have negotiation. We're going to the Minsk. Nobody believes in that it's any important, but we're going every time. We keep the silence. We have like ceasefire from 2016. Like even so-called Lugansk Donetsk People Republic reported that by the guns that's dying from 2016 to 2022, that just 8 people. So it's really important to understand that Ukraine trying all other way. Invasion 2022 in the February just broke any other illusion. So that's why we are angry, because we know that at the end of the day, we need to fight or die. That's all. We don't have other chance. All other chance we are trying. So if new configuration of some agreement give us opportunity, you know, like lose less people and still like going forward to the aim to be protected, to protect our society. So I think it's possible that occupied, for now it's 22% of territory of Ukraine. It will be at the, for example, international rule, or with some peaceful, like peace mission or something like this. Most important that people be protected there. You will never clean fully such big territory. It's more than 6 million people living there. We don't know how much now, because we don't have access there. We don't know how much people dying, how much people escape to the not registered by Ukraine. And that's most important, because occupation, it's not a peace. That means that suffering of people start to be less invisible, but it's not protecting anyone. So that's, it's not easy question. It's a question of what kind of opportunity we will have. And as we know, Putin don't feel that he need any agreement at all. So if Trump think that Zelensky was a problem, like catch Putin's beer.
Thanks, Oleksandra. Thanks, Julian, for your question. I think we have time for one more question, or not. Okay. All right. Oleksandra will stay with us for a few minutes, right? Okay. Okay.
So the online we do after?
Oh, 1 minute, but then we have a speaker online that needs to go in half an hour, so that's why. Ask one question.
Super fast. There was a question
two questions. You can ask it any or not. Okay, it's great. And so one question was if you can comment on the situation in Georgia and Moldova. I don't know if it's in your experience. And the other one is basically some people asking like what is the impact of war in Ukraine in terms of civil liberties? So in the free part of Ukraine, if war has diminished civil liberties, I mean of course necessarily will happen, but how and if you can elaborate.
Oh, it's I'm starting from second one, you know, it's strange
We
that
only have 1.5 minutes.
it's strange that exactly because Ukrainian society have a fundamental human rights like 30 years, we not started war from one side. From other side, we exactly have ability to organize our resistance. Because for this organization, you need horizontal structure, you need that each person think that they have enough dignity and importance to make a decision, to organize army, to organize, you know, voluntarily help for people, to help each other be evacuated, to help each other protected more crucial like industrial objects or infrastructure for people, civil infrastructure. So it's funny, but exactly, it's not funny, but it's funny, but Ukrainian situation show that if you have a human rights, you're more prepared to react for any aggression outside, even you don't have a strong state. Ukraine never had a strong state, but quite anarchic society, it's true. So, that's, so if we look at this like academically, so we absolutely clear experiment that human rights give you not only like respect each other, live together with like diversity, but to be enough strong to have a resistance. Even such huge machine like Russia Federation with their money. And second one, Georgia and Moldova support a lot, trying to be in touch with whole the society. I hope that Moldova even have a more opportunities to be closer with Europe,